Hello, my name is Mark Berry, and I'm the owner of Dependable Mortgage Solutions Corp., or DMS for short, and I'm your host of Learn to Lend. This is a podcast for inquisitive minds looking to learn more about residential private lending in Alberta, or just wanting to find out more about who DMS is, what we do, and how we do it. So with that, let's get into it. Welcome back to today's episode of Learn to Lend podcast brought to you by DMS. I'm your host, Mark Berry. And on today's episode, I want to talk about TFSAs. So TFSAs are a tax-free savings account for Canadians brought on by the Canadian government. And it is an incredible tool that we can use to grow our wealth, maintain our wealth, protect our wealth, and to secure our retirement with an incredible savings tool. Let's backtrack a little bit and let's talk about what is a TFSA. So a TFSA is more than just like a savings account. It was introduced in 2009 and it was designed to give Canadians a flexible, tax-sheltered way to grow their money. Any income earned inside of that TFSA, whether it be interest, dividends, capital gains, interest payments from mortgages, is completely tax-free. And unlike our RSPs, when you withdraw, when you take money out of the TFSA, there's no penalty and it doesn't count as income. That's the tax-free income portion. That means it won't affect things like your old age security or your GIS or your CBP payments. So when you start drawing on this TFSA, none of that is reflected in your income. And so what I want to tell you today is in 2025, the contribution limit is $102,000. And that's the only downside to TFSAs is the contribution limit. But now at $102,000, that's a substantial amount of money. And if you were to take that $102,000, put it into that TFSA, and then every year contribute the maximum amount into that TFSA, with DMS, we can provide a program and the vehicle which you can grow that TFSA to $1.65 million by 2025 in 20 years. Isn't that crazy? You take $102,000 today, put it into $1.65 million in 2045. And the real key is in 2045, you can take that $1.65 million, keep it invested into mortgages, keep having that return there, and that'll net you a monthly payment of $13,500 tax-free every month. What an incredible way to secure your retirement and to bring you this peace and security and these constant monthly payments back to you that you can live off to enjoy your life or even to give to others or to provide a better life for your family. So I want to dig down and really get to how those numbers work. And I want to show you how we do that. So I want to show you the TFSA growth graph. And so what I've done here is I've started us in today at 2025. You put in your initial $102,000, which is the maximum contribution you can do today. You add in the maximum contribution you can do every year for the next 20 years at $7,500. And then you compound, you leave those returns inside that TFSA. And I broke it down into three categories: a low return at 8%, an average return at 10%, and a bit more aggressive return at 12%. To give you an indication, I've been doing this for 8 years, and over the past 8 years, I've been able to return 10.6%. And that includes first position mortgages, second position mortgages, and a few loans that didn't perform so well. We were also in an ultra low rate environment during COVID. So I truly believe that 10% is definitely achievable and should be the expectation. And 12% is possible as long as you're a bit more aggressive in the TFSA, which I encourage everyone to be more aggressive in their TFSA. So going forward, you can see here, following that plan, you end up in 2045 at $1.678 million. And that is an incredible way of, with just the TFSA, not cash, not your pension, not your RSPs, just with the TFSA strategy, you're there. And if we reduce that rate of return down to 10%, you still end up at just over $1.2 million. And even at 8%, you're close to $900,000 by 2045. That is an incredible way to secure your retirement and to provide this tax-free haven and savings account that you can use for retirement that probably doesn't seem all that likely right now. Or you may be looking at downsizing your retirement based on inflation or based on any of the market conditions that are there today. Why not twist it? Why not revisit it and see TFSAs in a different light and use TFSAs? So another reason why I love TFSAs is the flexibility. And so one of the huge drawbacks with RRSPs is it's locked in there. There's a penalty withdrawal. There's a withholding tax. There's a lot of things as taxable income when you take it out. With TFSAs, you can take this money out whenever you want for any reason. And if you withdraw, that contribution limit is initially restored. The compounding effect is certainly minimized, and that annual goal of the 1.6 million gets reduced down, but you're not locked into this. And so the TFSA isn't just for cash. You can hold stocks, bonds, EFTs, GICs, and even, yes, private mortgages. And that makes it one of the most versatile accounts in all of Canada. So if you're saving for a down payment, you're saving for retirement, or you're looking to build wealth, that TFSA really adapts to your goals. Here's the bottom line. The TFSA advantage is all about growth. Growth without tax, freedom without penalties, and flexibility for every stage of your financial journey. If you're ready to learn how to put your money to work smarter, not harder, tune in for more episodes of this Learn to Lend podcast. And don't forget to follow and subscribe and share this episode with a friend who needs to hear about the power of TFSAs. Until next time, I'm Mark Berry. And remember, at DMS, we want you to discover the dependable difference. Thank you and have a great, prosperous day.